Hi, this is Cupchairs Reacts, I'm Kate, and today we're checking out Someone's Gonna Suffer by Arrington. Just from the references alone, Fields of the Nephilim, Typo Negative, and the Sisters of Mercy were firmly in dark gothic territory where atmosphere and mood matter just as much as the riffs. One thing that caught my attention before hitting play is how the drums were approached here. There isn't a live drummer, but instead of using synthetic drums, the parts were built from real drum kit recordings, individual hits cut and arranged by hand. It's a pretty creative workaround, and I'm genuinely curious to hear how that choice comes across in the track. So let's get straight into Someone's Gonna Suffer. Nice vocal intro. The drums sound unusual, but in a good way. Oh my god! The voice is so low. That is pretty cool. It's a bit too upfront in the mix though. It's like I would like to hear a bit more guitar textures. Oh, that must be a different singer. I like the sound of those drums though. The low singing really reminds me of 69 Eyes. Okay, I feel like the singing could use some fine tuning in post-production. Could use a bit tightening, you know. But the voice is certainly unique. Lots of potential there. The guitar layering is pretty cool. Nice. Getting a bit of a breather from the singing, I guess, with the guitars. Break. Some spoken word. That's a really nice melody going in the background. Songwriting is really cool. I feel with a bit more post-production, this song could really pop. a bit more processing maybe. Nice build up. So the track runs just over 5.5 minutes, which I'd actually call pretty moderate compared to a lot of Doom material out there. And it works here. It feels like the song says everything it wants to say without dragging things out. The structure is clear and easy to follow, with defined verses and choruses, guitar solos, and some more stripped back bridge sections that give it space to breathe. I really like how it starts with vocal lines and then drops into this atmospheric intro built around drums and guitar riffs. When the main male vocal comes in, it immediately stands out because of how low it sounds. There's a very distinctive timbre there, something you don't hear every day. Later on, another vocalist joins in for the higher, grittier parts, and that contrast adds a lot of dynamics and keeps the song really engaging. If I may offer some constructive criticism, and I do mean this in a helpful way, I think the lead singer has a lot of potential with that unique tone, but in some of the higher sections, the delivery feels a bit shaky. That could likely be improved with more breath support work and maybe a touch of compression. I also felt the vocals sit a bit too forward in the mix for my personal taste, possibly due to minimal processing. That said, it still communicates the song's message clearly, which is the important part. Lyrically, the song feels like frustration finally boiling over. It's about putting up with too much for too long, hearing things you can't ignore anymore, and reaching a breaking point where patience turns into confrontation. I felt there was this sense of judgment, escalation, and consequences, a moment where restraint is gone and things turn dark and irreversible. It's dramatic, intense, and fits the gothic doom atmosphere really well. Overall, I enjoyed the song. The melodic elements really stood out, especially the guitar textures and distortion tone, and the use of two vocalists works well. The drums deserve a mention too. They sound fresh and unusual, even if the rhythms themselves are fairly simple. That simplicity actually works in this context. I'm not a doom expert by any means, but the low vocal tone did remind me a bit of the 69 Eyes at times. Mix-wise, it's solid. If I were doing it, I'd rebalance the vocals slightly and tighten them up a bit in the mix, but that's refinement rather than correction. All in all, this feels like a solid release, and it's genuinely nice to see people experimenting with creative production approaches instead of defaulting straight to AI. So best of luck with whatever you've got coming next. Guys, go show Arrington some love and support by listening to his music and following him on his socials, and I'll see you in the next video.